I'm going to start with you, Chris. The question is around what does it look like 2 to 3 years from now, right? What's the demand signals that you're seeing out there? What's maybe out of the petri dish, but not in full production in regards to Quest?
For sure. So the obvious thing that we often overlooked comes back to the last question around challenges. And Wanda hit on the head is like process, policy are very important. And I like to put them into three buckets: people, process, and platforms. As a technology provider, all the investments we're making, both tactically for the current environment and strategically for the future, are based on process and improving processes and platforms. And those are technical areas that we excel in. The part that we have trouble with, and the part that we probably will have to invest in both from a company organization as well as a sales and a customer relationship standpoint, is the people side of things. It's very easy to bring technology into an environment. It's very difficult to get people to adapt and incorporate that technology into their workflows. So a lot of things we're working on, quite frankly, are around automation in our tools, a lot of automation. And it comes back to something we talked about earlier, that's confidence in the data. If you're going to automate something, like Wanda said, you can't have a bad process. If you automate a bad process, you just make things infinitely worse. I mean, what it says, to err is divine, but to error, significantly requires a computer. I forgot the exact quote is, but you now look at the way we are doing our platforms and our processes, and how we automate them is going to be very critical. So a lot of investment is around that, basically automation with delivering a system that our customers will be satisfied with, to the point where the people side of things will be easier. So when the general and Wanda go into an environment, says like, hey, this is what we're going to do, it's as easy as flipping a light switch. And that's where we have to get IT to. We talked about incident response and doing a lot of data collection around an incident, and how much time it takes. The more investment we make around making that process easier for our end users, and that's what this comes down to: how our end users respond, how they react, and how they can have confidence in the systems that we're giving them, is where a lot of our R&D actually goes into. So while it's easy to craft systems and build them in a laboratory, we now have to figure out exactly what's the best way to get those into the hands of actual people and make them comfortable with those new processes and confident in the platform and the underlying data structures that are supporting the things we're bringing to market.